In October 2015, the Bank of Industry launched a Graduate Entrepreneurship Fund Scheme, its first ever youth program. The bank, in partnership with the National Youth Service Corps, targets youths undergoing the mandatory one-year National Youth Service Program. Well, that will be our focus on this episode of BOI Weekly. You're welcome. I'm Inni John Mekwa. This edition of the program takes a look at how two beneficiaries of the fund are adding up to the economic development of Nigeria after benefiting from the Bank of Industry. Oluwadamilola Debisi, a wellness physiotherapist, and Emmanuel Faleti, a shoe production specialist, share their stories.
Right, let's stretch back again. Any pain?
Meet 27-year-old Oluwadamilola Debisi, a wellness physiotherapist. Her dream of owning this wellness center came from her parents, who encouraged her to live her dreams. While engaging in the National Youth Service Corps program in Jigawa State, northwest Nigeria, she entered for the GEF program, and the rest, they say, is history. Today, she's making her mark in the wellness industry in Lagos State.
In the course of my NYSC, my mom sent me a link, a loan, business, something. I shall filled form and I submitted it. It wasn't that easy though, but you have to write an idea of what you want to set up, you know, why, the factors that you can overcome this and that. So I applied and I forgot about it. Then I received the message that I should go to, I was serving in Jigawa, so I received the message to go to Katsina for a training, entrepreneurial training and all of that. So I called my parents. I'm in Jigawa. They said I should go to Katsina, but they were like, what is it about? And I explained to them that it's what you send, business and all of that. So I was gingered, go there. So on getting there, I met other fellow youth from different parts of, well, the north side, and we're all there for training for some couple of days, all very intense training, and then we now had to process or write again a business plan. From even the training in Katsina then, they were very accessible, like, look at what we are hearing. You guys, you want to give us money. How long do we loan, you know? So they were quite educative, letting you know that your business, the type of business that can come through. Of course, we made business plans. So if they see some things that were not so, you can, you know, talk, ask questions, it can be edited and see how you can, you know, come up. Then even in Lagos, I think it's a relationship manager, people that you call, this is what is, you know, coming up. Can I do this? Can I do that? In fact, can I expand? Like lately, I've even been saying that I want to expand. What do I have to do and all of that? So you still have relationships with them. I even go to the office in Ikeja, so you can still go and visit, you know, ask further questions and things like that. So at least the relationship is there.
As a beneficiary of the Bank of Industry facility, her expertise has risen as she attends to clients within and outside the state. She has engaged numerous support staff, thereby creating jobs for other young people.
At the end of the training, we had to, you know, write a more elaborate business plan, like to see if it was feasible and all of that. And they said we'll be gotten back to. So, but before the end of service, we were called that we have, you know, been shortlisted and all of that. And we're not going to get our NYC certificate because it was in partnership with NYC. So even at that point, some people were already like, my God, I'm not going to work and things like that. But we're just like, okay, let's see how it goes. On getting back to Lagos, further meetings, calls. I think he's a relationship manager, someone that was assigned, you know, to explain the process and all of that. So we applied for, when we were shortlisted, we're now given an amount, you know, this is the amount you will be given over this period of time. This, like, it was divided, money you can use for operational, you know, things and all of that. So disbursement was in phases, but I think it ran from September till October. So when it came through, now, by November, we already started renovation and all of that. We already be mouthing, something coming soon, renewable opening soon, things like that, yes. And then we began. We know the state of unemployment, and I believe by the time you are done with service, you study something in school. It might not even be what you studied, it might be your gift. Because I don't know, I know some of the fellow GEF participants, And I don't think anybody went to fashion school like for 5 years. They might have had some training, but it's something that they were very, good at. So that type of thing is something that helps you actualize. You don't have to wait for anybody to employ you, or actually now even be underemployed. And in the long run, you also be an employer of labor.
Damilola speaks of our business, the challenges and the prospects in the industry for upcoming wellness professionals.
Well, to make it broad, the wellness industry, there is a lot of room for growth in it. What's the population of Lagos or even Nigeria? It's running into millions. You can be sure that the number of health personnel to the people in the country is not up to par. Normally, let's say you're supposed to be a doctor or a physiotherapist, a nurse or somebody to, let's say, 4 patients, but you can be sure that we do not match up to that. That's alone, showing that there's even room for more people to, come on board. Secondly, people are becoming more aware of their health, of their well-being, of, when you are not feeling fine, you should, reach out, go for some investigations, go for some tests, so you know that there's growth. Even bringing it to physiotherapy now, people now know what physiotherapy is. Some people have pain, back pain, whatever pain, and come directly to see me, come to a physiotherapist. Some people might have gone to a hospital, they might have been taking drugs for a period of time, but some people as they enter a hospital, please, I want to see a physiotherapist, because they know that, okay, the physiotherapist helps in my rehabilitation program, exercises, relieve the pain, before surgery or other serious things come up. They also know that you need to be fit. They know that being overweight, predisposes to some other things. So everybody's making active efforts to be well. So the wellness industry is definitely very good for growth. First off, if you know that you have a loan, in quotes, you know that you have to pay, whether or not something is coming in, but you rather think of it as something has to come in. So it's already factored in as a cost of, your running. On a monthly basis, it's already spread. You have an idea of what you should, pay back. So you also kind of have an idea of the expenses that come up in the business. You have an idea of how much you need to also make to be able to meet it up. So, of course, initially, anyway, that's why there was a moratorium period, 6 months. So, of course, use that on markets, let everybody know you are coming in. Then I think we had interest initially, but after 6 months or something, it was even stopped. So you can imagine that was also very encouraging. Like, okay, that one gone. So it made it even more feasible. Like, okay, I can actually do this. And then, as the clientele was increasing, your funds are increasing, like, we can they give me more? Can they give me more? Can we pay more? That kind of thing. So yeah, with time it got easier.
The goat skin inner and the outer part, it's also a skin.
Like Damilola, Emmanuel Faleti is breaking new grounds. His dream of producing shoes started at the age of 6.
The journey has been interesting. It all started right when I was young, 6-year-old to be precise. My passion for leather is amazing, so I had no choice than to scale it up to another level when I grew up. I grew up in the hood of Mushin, and growing up, all around me was surrounded with leather, things that has to do with footwear materials and so on. So I played football so well back then. I always wanted my shoes easily, and you know how moms do. I will never get a new footwear for you, so I tried creating something new, like with tires. I combined them together, and I went to play football without the footwear she bought for me. So ever since then, I noticed I was so comfortable even playing the football, because I was always scared, oh, I'll worn out this shoe and they won't get another one from me. My friends then, they patronized, they bought the same footwear I did for myself, and before I knew it, they were gathering money for me. In the next match, it was so interesting. I was able to gather small money and I made for them too. It was fun then, and that was how it graduated.
He has the passion to set up a one-stop shop in the leather industry, and has translated this into the production of shoes, wallets, belts, and slippers.
We cut the leather into sizes at this stage of production. Then it graduates to this position of stitching the back, or fix.
Emmanuel takes us through the various production stages.
To the sewing aspect, where we're going to stitch them together and do all the necessary stitching that has to do with the sewing aspect of the production. Then it comes to the molding. We select the mold we'll be using and fix it up to this standard, to this position. Then we make the sole. The sole is a combination of Nora, leather welt, and the mako. The mako is used to make the gum ferment well and make it of good quality, even despite the road and the water we encounter in Lagos Road. And here comes a pair of shoe. This is 85% done. Still going to have a top heel and some finishing.
The journey to this breakthrough didn't just happen. He participated in sensitization program at the NYSC orientation camp in Lagos and was able to access loan from the Bank of Industry, and that's culminated into an annual turnover of 4.5 million naira.
I was one of the Said trainee during my National Youth Service Corps in Lagos, and then they came to the camp with some couple of men in the Bank of Industry, and I was fresh out because I was one of the Said trainee then. I was in the shoemaking aspect, and the assistant Said approached me that, oh, there is a Bank of Industry loan coming up for people like you, and I think they need people like you. You are creative, you are good at what you do. Now you are here to learn. Now you ended up training people, so I need you to apply for this. I went home, I told some of my friends, oh, is it advisable for me to start? It was like, wow, it's a fair one. They saw the percentage, it was so interesting, and it's a single digit. Then when it was almost the end of the deadline, around 10, I started filling the form online. I saw everything, and within 1 hour I completed the application. Within that same week, I got the mail, and I was told to bring the document, what's it called, the business plan that had to tally with what I submitted online. I took the business plan to Marina, and months we started asking questions on the machinery, on the breakdown of how I wanted everything to be, and it was funded. The business was funded, and ever since then, the business wasn't what I expected. It would be so early, because I was caught so fresh after my National Youth Service Corps.
Although there are challenges, this young entrepreneur is optimistic that they are not surmountable, as he shares his vision of reaching the international market.
The lender industry, we are yet to tap into it thoroughly in this country. We are still trying to come up, but company like Minuel, now we are trying to work on the creativity aspect of leather industry in Nigeria, and it's a journey we have been back onto, and we are still moving forward in the creativity aspect. One of the challenge is the funding, and which I was able to quench in the early stage of the complaint during my National Youth Service Corps with the GEF scheme. It was amazing. I was able to settle that, and the next challenge is a lack of skilled personnel, like the craftsmen. You know, the company now, we rely on some little craftsmen in the industry, which brought the idea of having a Minuel Academy where we train how to make footwears from the foundational level to the finished product. The leather industry is a big one. It's a big one. It has been a lot of work from over years, and all I see is greatness in the leather industry in Nigeria, because I see the country now. We now understand the power of the role small medium enterprise play in the country, and we are moving forward.
He's also working on accessing a loan of over 9 million naira from the bank to grow his business. He enjoins other youths to take advantage of the bank's initiative to become employers.
It's been so cool. It's been so cool. The exposure is massive, you know. The people I know then and the people I know now and the people I will still know, they are top class, they are top notch, you know. It's meeting the Bank of Industry, I can say over and again, is the best thing that has happened to me ever since my existence. And they didn't just fund the business and leave Minuel, okay, grow. No, what they do, they nurture you. I go through a lot of training, even before the disbursement. I can't even count the certification I got on how to build a successful business, how to build a successful footwear business in Nigeria. I can't count the training I've encountered through the Bank of Industry, the recommendations, the sourcing of materials too. It was amazing. It was amazing. I can't count everything. I can't count everything. Honestly, I know nobody. Like I said, I even submitted my proposal so late. I never even knew it's so real, because I wasn't even, you know, serious about it at first. I just submitted with the mind that, okay, yeah, let us just do it, because I heard about it in camp and I knew anything that has to do with the camp is legit. So I continued with my proposal and it all came true. The people I met during the process, it's been from, you know, training, trying to know that you are really good at what you do, and it's so real. It's so real that I didn't know anybody. First, exposure. It's really exposed me to a lot of things. You know, how to manage a business, how to cope with, you know, ups and downs in every business, and how to manage the business, how to be prudent, and, you know, to be a good boss. Yeah, currently I have permanent staffs, I have temporary, and I have apprentice. My part-time staffs, I have 2 of them. My permanent staff, I have 9, and I have a secretary. Yes. Yeah, apprentices, I have 7 of them. Annually, 4.5 million. Thank you. I see Minuel competing globally, you know, exporting to countries and competing with the bigger brands. Yes, we are into, currently we produce shoes, belts, slippers, sandals, wallets, and we are looking towards making of bags, and which is currently on the plan with the Bank of Industry, with the next stage of, you know, expansion. And now we are into production of female wallets, and we are moving forward. So now currently we are into I have submitted my latest plan to the bank, which was close to 10 million naira, precisely 9.4 million, and a lot of research has been taking place, and we are working together in getting some connections to get some perfect machines. And I'm into partnership with Zeterinary in Kano, where they make goat skin for the inner part of the shoes. So they send in leathers, goat skin, and the airy parts also. So that case is settled, and the outer part of leathers, we rely on the importations.
The Graduate Entrepreneurship Fund Scheme continues to provide an avenue for business expansion, income, and employment generation for the nation's youth. And the Bank of Industry promises to continue to disburse funds to all beneficiaries to meet the target of improving the nation's economy. So if you're an entrepreneur, whether a youth or not, you have a place to go to if you need support. Visit any of the branches of the bank closest to you, or log on to their website, boi.ng, and you can also follow the bank on all their social media platforms, and you have the opportunity to support your business and take it to another level. That's it for this edition of BOI Weekly. Let's do it again next week. I'm Ini John Mekwa.